So it's 2024 and you want to start your glow up journey. So you go onto YouTube and you look up how to glow up as a man. And you get all of these suggestions that tell you, buy this product, get this cleanser. You need to have your skin in check to make sure that you're attractive to women. And so you buy all of these products. You buy the CeraVe cleanser. You buy the moisturizers. You start the journey. And then you dig a bit deeper and you find out, wait, am I being scammed? Is my glow up routine poisoning me? And you would be correct. And so I tried all of the looks maxing routines that these YouTubers were trying to sell me. I tried getting all of the products because I just wanted good skin so I could become attracted to girls. And in that period, it felt like I was trying to keep my head above water. I felt like I was trying not to drown because I had all of these things in my life, yet I wasn't seeing any benefits. And so throughout years of research and throughout years of trial and error, I have formulated a skincare routine that is so effective and so simple. It's good for your bank account and it's good for your hormonal health if you care about testosterone as a man. Now, if you relate to what I just said and you're curious about what routine I use to maximize my skin, to maximize my hormones, then I believe the value that I'll provide in this video will literally change your life. Now, there are some things that you should know about your skin. Your skin is the largest organ on your body, and it will absorb anything it touches. And what your skin absorbs directly affects your endocrine system. The entire job of the endocrine system is to regulate things like mood, your growth, your development, your hormones, and this also includes testosterone. And in a lot of these mainstream products, they actually have chemicals, human-made, lab-made chemicals that block the functioning of this vital system. Things like phthalates, oxybenzones, parabens, triclosans, and anything that is labeled as fragrance or perfume. So if you're a young man watching this and you want high testosterone and you understand the importance of having high testosterone, which is linked to making hard work feel really good, making things easier in your life, having more drive, having more success in all facets, and you care about having this high level of vitality and vigor in your life, then you also care about this message as well. So if you're still buying into these products and into this philosophy that you need to have these products in your life in order to look a certain way, then it's almost like you're trying to push a 10-ton boulder up a mountain. You eat eggs every day because you know it's good for testosterone. You know that good cholesterol, high levels of cholesterol, is the precursor to testosterone production. But then you have a shower and you wash your face with a cleanser. And this cleanser has all of these chemicals right here. And then you get out of the shower and you put on your deodorant. And your deodorant has aluminium in it. And it has all of these other chemicals in it. And then you go, I need to put on a cologne. And so you put on your Giga Chad David Beckham cologne because you just want to smell good for the girls that you're going to meet that day, if you do meet any. So you do these things because these YouTubers are telling you this is what you need to do in order to glow up in 2024 as a young man. They say, yes, use my shitty cologne. Buy it because I'm definitely not profiting off of you. I'm definitely not making a boatload of money telling you to consume this fucking toxic shit. I'm assuming that you would like kids someday. Maybe you're a bit younger than 20 years old and this isn't something in your mind, but the earlier you start to become aware of all of these things that are affecting not only your testosterone, but also your fertility, the better you will be when that decision comes to actually have children. And so it's quite morbid, but if you don't want your kids to have any deformities when they come out of the womb, when they are birthed, then this is something really to take seriously. And if you take what I say seriously in this video and you do the actionable steps that I will go into later, then you will be able to tell your future wife who wears boatloads of makeup that affect her mood, her hormonal health, her functioning as a female, as a healthy female. You can save your bloodline with this information I'm about to give you. And so you might be thinking right now, you might be arguing in your head, there isn't enough of these harmful chemicals in these products in order to have any real effect on how you're functioning. You might say that it's only having a small negative impact in your life. But I would argue against that. I would argue that not only your diet is really important, what you consume in your mouth, but because your skin is the largest organ on your body, it is so important to understand that diet is holistic. Not only the media that we consume, Diet also involves what we put onto our skin. This is just as important as the difference between eating McDonald's every day, Macca's is what we call it in Australia, or eating grass-fed steak every day and home-cooked vegetables. And so that leads me onto a thing called the adjustment period. I noticed that when I was using all of these glow up routines and I was using all of these cleansers and these moisturizers, my skin actually became worse off just after using them. And I was like, why is that? I'm using these things and I'm spending all this money trying to glow up and trying to get better skin as a man. I don't have the best skin, but I'm trying to use all of these things and I'm noticing that my skin's getting worse. So I do more research and I find out that actually you need to be on this for like 3 to 6 months on a product, one singular product, like a CeraVe cleanser, in order to actually see the benefits of the good ingredients in this thing that you're using. This is what changed my perception around using these products long term. There is a thing called bioavailability. You might have heard of it before. Bioavailability is the degree of effectiveness that a product has when you're consuming it. And so changing my perception around natural products having higher bioavailability versus using these chemical lab-made products that honestly don't have any absorption rate. So it does metaphorically feel like you're trying to keep your head above water. And so you're probably curious about something like sunscreen. And this is something that is far worse than your typical drugstore cleanser and beauty products that you buy online. Now, I will tell you there are some good sunscreens that you can actually use, but most modern sunscreens have a thing called oxybenzones in it. What oxybenzones and benzophenones do in your body when you absorb this chemical slop into your skin is they leave a trail of carcinogens present within your blood. These are forever chemicals. So now seeing cheap dollar store sunscreen as literally cancer cream. If you want to do a cancer speed run and you want to do a melanoma speed run, then start using these crappy creams. And your argument might be, well, I don't want skin cancer. Melanoma is a real thing. And while I do agree with that, I would like to picture you this scenario. There is an office worker who works full-time in a city indoors all day. This office worker gets 2 weeks of holiday per year. He gets these 2 weeks of holiday through the middle of summer. And so he goes out into a tropical environment. He hasn't seen sun all year. He hasn't gradually built up his solar callus. And so he sprays on this kerosene aluminium spray that's Giga SPF 50 blocking that his general practitioner, his doctor recommended that he uses. And he goes in the middle of summer when the UV is at its highest, when the UV is at its most damaging. He puts on this sunscreen and he applies it every single hour. This is what the average person does who lives indoors all day and works a regular 9 to 5. This is why melanoma is such a big thing. And remember, when the sun hits your skin, you're literally cooking all of these chemicals into your bloodstream. And so when you're using these sprays and when you're going out into the sun, I believe that that is linked to actually further rates of melanoma. The fact that you have these carcinogens in your body using this cream versus if that man went out for 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the afternoon, gradually exposing himself to smaller levels of UV radiation. Can you see how damaging that would be if someone was out in the sun all day with this sunscreen on their skin? Can you see how the consciousness around sun protection and sunscreens is a bit skewed and scuffed? And it's especially terrible where I live in Australia, where when you go outside in the middle of the day in summertime like it is now, it feels like a live action remake of Oppenheimer. If you've seen that movie, you know what I mean. So I want to finish off this section with some key points on sunscreen. Make sure you know what skin type you have. If you're like me and you have German or Northern European, English or American background, I'm talking about white American background, then you have to gradually expose yourself to early morning sun and late afternoon sun and never expose yourself to directly middle of summer sun. And mind you, this is all without the use of sunscreen. My second point is if you can't eat it, then don't put it into your body. If you look on the back of a label and you see that there is something that you don't recognize as an organic plant material, then don't put it into your body. The sunscreen I use is a coconut oil and zinc based sunscreen. You can also use avocado zinc as well. There should only be a limited number of ingredients on the back of these sunscreens when you buy them. So now that I've hopefully opened your awareness on how your glow up routine is really damaging your testosterone levels, I'm now going to dive into the routine that I have adopted, which I call the minimalist Chad routine. The minimalist Chad routine is exactly how it's said. It is very simple and very basic, but I believe this is the best routine that you can literally do for the rest of your life. And I believe everyone watching this can adopt things that I've learned over the years. This is why I'm making this video. So you need to start by throwing out all of the mainstream products that you have in your household. I'm talking about all of the cleansers, all of the mainstream things that you don't recognize what's on the ingredients list. Your CeraVe cleanser, your CeraVe moisturizer, your L'Oreal Giga face tanner, your coconut cherry flavored sunscreen spray. And I don't care if you spent $200 on your Christian Dior cologne. If you've gotten this far into the video, then you resonate with this message. And so letting go of these things that are just killing your testosterone, you're going to be doing your future self such a huge favor. You're going to be doing your bank account a huge favor, as well as your hormonal health, and as well as your kids' health. And so my first actionable step in this period is look at getting a singular cleanser, something that is from a local store around the area. You can always pick it up online, but a single cleanser that isn't in plastic. The one I have is just a bar of soap, and it has 2 ingredients, coconut milk and red mud clay. That's the only things that is present within this bar of soap. And the thing I've noticed is buying a bar of soap is going to last way longer than buying a plastic bottle that runs out in the next 2 weeks after getting it. Start to moisturize your face every day after cleansing in the shower with a bioavailable moisturizer. Remember, we're sticking to minimalist Chad, so single ingredients. Things like jojoba oil and coconut oil, like a very light version of coconut oil, or using the holy grail of skincare products, which is beef tallow. Now my skin has been the best it's ever been. Couple this in with focusing on my diet, I noticed that using beef tallow is extremely effective because it has such a high level of bioavailability. Remember talking about before how it would take a long time for all of these beauty products to actually work? Beef tallow, I've noticed, actually works straight away. When you start to switch to these natural ingredients, you notice that they work straight away because your body says, yes, give me more of this. Your intuition says, I need to go down this route and I need to consume more of this stuff that's going to help my hormones rather than destroy it. Now, if you want to also start using a facial sunscreen because you realize that wrinkles and aging is a real thing. UV does cause aging and wrinkles. If you want to start using a sunscreen just on your face, then I recommend what I mentioned earlier, a coconut oil or a zinc-based sunscreen. Looking at the ingredients, you shouldn't be able to see anything that you wouldn't eat. And that's it. It's 2024 and we're striving for essentialism and minimalism. We're removing anything that is destroying our vitality. We're switching the mindset that tells us that we have to do everything that these glow up YouTubers tell us to do, and in order to improve our looks. You will save yourself so much time and so much money because you're investing in yourself and you're making sure that these things that I've given you, you can do them for the rest of your life. That's the beauty of it. You don't need to constantly be consuming all of this content. Most YouTubers don't want to say this because as soon as you stop buying their product, they stop making money and they stop profiting off of poisoning you. I feel like this is a really uncommon consciousness, so this is the reason why I had to make this video. Let's go all in on 2024. We're living that Chad minimalist lifestyle. We're only consuming things that are going to help our testosterone and help our drive. We've been submissive for too long. We've allowed these things in our lives for too long. And so we're taking our power back. Thank you for watching this video, bro. If you really like this video, I would love it if you just scroll down right now, leave a like and a comment of what you're throwing out, of what you're changing in your routine. I would love to hear it, and I'll see you on the next one.